had 14 service errors. Austin had just 6. And those service errors didn't apply much pressure because Austin passed it at 63%. Immediately go to TTA over on the right side, and she's really comfortable over there.
Well, they want to come out strong, so they get the ball in her hand, and she can deliver. Watch her elevation every time she goes up, so strong on the attack.
Really fun player to watch, Timmy Thomas-Ilara. And now LeGros trying to attack things with her serve, and she's a little strong.
She has a very powerful serve, so I love starting off with her from the line to get things going.
Eva Hudson, rookie. Big swing for Hawk, and Anna Hawk comes up with a kill. She had a nice match a couple of days ago. Passed it really well. Thomas-Ilara, high toss, and consecutive service errors for Madison. So trying to apply some pressure that they couldn't apply to Salt Lake on Thursday.
And you have to. This league is so tough. Elite passers, you've got to bring the heat from the service line to get people out of system.
Schwarzenbaugh on the slide. On the right side, a little bit of a paintbrush over there for Grubbs. I'm not sure that was the contact he was intending, but it worked.
Hey, maybe not, but you know what? It worked, and she kept it in bounds. Tessa Grubbs is a very efficient attacker, low air, and you can see why. Not what she thought, but hey, it's a point.
Afebu serves, and it's a service error for Atlanta. Again, Austin on Wednesday passed it at 63%, and Atlanta had 14 service errors. Austin just 8. That was one of the differences in that closely contested 5-setter. Mac Adams for a swing. Excellent coverage over there by the setter Carlini. And Chaussee pushing it into the block. And the block successful. Tessa Grubbs.
Well, Tessa Grubbs, number 17 right there on the screen. That block, her right hand really pressed into the court strong. Not able to get a tool off her block.
Tessa Grubbs, very much a late bloomer in this sport. She has a service error. That's the second already for Atlanta. Grubbs, interesting, didn't start playing volleyball until 8th grade. In 7th grade, her friends were playing. She was jealous they got to spend time together. And so she said, I want to try this. She got cut. The next year, she said she's basically the water girl.
And she played for 1 point, kind of tripped on herself. But hey, she fell in love with the sport, and look at her now.
Look at her now. Carlini, lots of options. She goes to Chaussee, got dug by Grubbs. Rachel Fairbanks, back row attack by Hudson, dug by TTA. TTA rejected. Mac Adams, Tessa Grubbs.
Well, they've got to keep their eye, Madison on Atlanta on TTA in the back row. You can see Mackenzie Adams there on the left, that hand pressed over. Good double block because TTA of Madison, she has some powerful swings from that back row D-ball.
And forgive me, I said Grubbs. That was, of course, Magdalena Yehilasheva. That service pressure had him on the run. On the slide, Yehilasheva got dug. Chaussee off the block. Pancake effort. Trying to keep it alive. Carlini, and couldn't do it. And it's 6-4 Atlanta. Good defensive setter, Carlini.
Very good. She can see she is one of the best in the world, moving that ball around, getting her hitters with one-on-one situations, meaning just hopefully one blocker in front of them, 2 hands instead of 4.
Overpass. Again, the service pressure applied by Adams. Back row attack by Grubbs. Got dug nicely by Medved. Missed timing between Fairbanks and Yehilasheva. Chaussee again. Deep cross court. And it goes long. 7-4 Atlanta. And how about the service pressure applied by Mac Adams? No aces the last 2 points, but really had him out of system.
Well, she has a very strong top spin serve that can cause trouble. Good placement, good hand, high reach on the ball.
Third service error already in this first set for Atlanta. They still have a 7-5 lead.
And hey, Mac Adams right there, 13. She is a weapon from the line. Started off the last match versus Austin with back-to-back aces to set the tone right away.
Rotation 1, the setter Carlini serving. Hudson off the soft block. Dug by Carlini, bumps at Medved. Big swing by Thomas Ilara, dug by Adams off the soft block. Off speed out of the back row from Grubbs. Chaussee pushes it into the block, off the block, and out of bounds. Nice job by the Madison native Claire Chaussee, getting a start at outside with Thomas Ilara moving to the right and Gong out for this match.
And that was a smart play, not able and open. She feels those two blockers in front of her, swipe it off their hands.
Hometown kid, Claire Chaussee. Hudson off the soft block. Rolling dig out of the back row by Hawk. Options for Fairbanks, and on the slide, down the line, Yehilasheva.
No one there in front of her, and that is a very dangerous situation on that slide. Magdalena will put that one away every single time. Look at that open net, something you don't want to do in this league because these players are so talented.
Native of Czechia serves it away. Yehilasheva. Legros. Boy, Yehilasheva ate that one, didn't she? Hudson. Bettering that ball, Eva Hudson.
Madison right now getting the opportunities, making those digs, but the problem is they're not putting the ball away, and Atlanta is capitalizing and doing a much better job of getting the kills right now.
Thomas Ilar forced to go outside to her. Diving dig by Mackenzie Adams. Free ball coming for one of the best setters anywhere, Carlini, but the pass tight to that. Still, Legros takes care of business.
I love watching number 10 right there, Legros. She is a very passionate player, physical athlete, a spark plug for this Madison team. And look at this, handling that short ball, no problem, and then give it to me.
Yep. Good pass by Adams. Fairbanks. Febu got high in the air there, hit it on the way down. Hawk. Good work by Thomas Ilar to cover things up. There's a rejection and a Hawk on the block.
Solid double block. Trying to stop Tessa Grubbs of Atlanta in the back row on that D-ball. They know she's powerful. No matter where she is on the court, you have to keep an eye on her.
Here's Chaussee from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, suburb of Madison. Put down by TTA. Wasn't an ace for Chaussee, but it's akin to one.
And these are the shifts that you can see throughout all the matches this season. A couple points here, a couple points there, and a team is right back in it. Momentum shift now for Madison.
Chaussee, whose parents hosted Thanksgiving dinner for the team a couple of months ago. Febu high in the air. She had a really good match on Wednesday against Austin.
14 points total for Febu, 11 kills, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. Hit over 600. She is a very talented middle blocker, high flyer as well.
A couple of big kills in that fifth set, albeit in the 15-13 loss. Hawk high in the air, off the block, kept alive by Legros. Fairbanks to Adams out of the back row. Bombs away, Mackenzie Adams.
Well, Atlanta in that rotation has Grubbs on the right back, Adams in the middle, and the 2 front row attackers. So they've got 4 players that are available for sets. And Adams, I don't think they were quite expecting that set to go to her. Puts it away.
Really tough to consolidate the block.
And that's one thing that talking to the athletes over time is they always talk about the eye work on the block and how quick and fast it is to make those decisions to see where that set's going to go.
It's a talent, that's for sure. And they're challenging, I think, whether or not Adams' foot was on the 10-foot line. Nope.
Looks clear. So that white line there on the screen, you cannot touch it at all if you are attacking from the back row. And that one is completely legal with that attack. Not even close.
2 challenges per set for each coach. Hawkeye Technology, 40 cameras in the building. The resolutions come quickly, so liberal amount of challenges allowed. And Fairbanks, the setter, serves it away. Chaussee, not a good pass there. She passed to 60% so far this year. Best active on the team, albeit in fewer receptions. And there is Hawk. Cross court, 11-10, Atlanta.
Hawk, not the most physical outside out here, but a very technical player, makes smart decisions, cuts it, line. She's got a lot of tools in her toolbox.
Good pass by Hudson. And Grubbs, who is a physical player, already 2 kills and a block. 3rd in the league in both points per set and kills per set.
Take a look at the leaders. Jordan Thompson, one of the best opposites in the world there. Alexa Gray, back from overseas this year, part of Love, and Grubbs right there in the mix.
We'll see both Gray and Thompson later on. League One volleyball action. Salt Lake will be in Provo to host a match against Nebraska, and then Austin and Houston in the Texas Showdown.
Temi Thomas-Ailara on that one. That is a very difficult set. Coming from behind, she did a nice job waiting. And look she didn't go up and crush it as hard as she could. She kept it in play, and that created an opportunity and point for Madison.
Like Bachman-Turner overdrive, she took what she could get.
There you go. Sometimes it's not about the big kill. It's keeping it in play and having patience.
13-11. And Ani Afebu, former Oregon Duck, serves it away, and service error for Atlanta. It's become a bit of an epidemic for them. They had 14 in the 5-set loss on Wednesday, and that's already their 4th service error here in the first set. Anna Hawk, remember the Swedish national team. Yehlasheva dug by Hawk. Chassé high in the air. Got dug by Pinoy, but it's all the way out of bounds. Chassé putting a lot of heat on that one.
What a beautiful swing. Chassé waiting for that one. Comes in so strong and away from her body. I love the little stare down there at the net after that big kill.
Grubbs finds a seam in the block.
Grubbs really has it all in the toolbox. She can come up with the big kills, but she knows how to attack those high hands, and especially in a top league where you've got these elite players, very good blockers. You've got to find ways to score with hands in front of you.
Good short serve. Chassé high in the air off the soft block. Hudson was there. Fairbanks back set. D-ball Grubbs. Medved ate that. Wow. Chassé. And we have a net violation against Madison. 15-13 Atlanta.
That set a little bit too tight to the net for Chassé on the outside pin. Comes up. Take a look at that swing. Wow, what a dig by Medved of Madison, keeping it alive.
That is called eating the volleyball right there. Grubbs. Medved's pass on the dime. Wrist away down the line. Schwarzenbach.
Atlanta celebrating, hoping it was out, but Madison knows, no, that was too good. Straight down the line for Schwarzenbach in the middle. Again, one of those athletes getting those sets when they're passing well can really get going in that middle blocker position.
Schwarzenbach will serve. Kansas City girl, she'll be going home for the Love Classic next week from Kearney, Missouri, suburb of KC. LeGros trying to cover it up herself. Thomas-Ailara, good read. Fairbanks. Yehlasheva on the slide, dug by Carlini. Bump set by Schwarzenbach. Here comes Chassé, a little tip right at the top of the net. Back row attack by Grubbs, uses the block. They couldn't consolidate.
Blockers in front, but again, those hands were not pressed strong enough low and over. Right hand of the middle blocker, LeGros, a little bit off, and so Grubbs gets the better of this one.
Such a smart player. Mackenzie Adams serve. 5 service errors this set for Atlanta. So they're applying good service pressure. They've had Madison out of system some. There have been overpasses. Short serve by Carlini. Back row attack.
And just looks like that misses. A beautiful swing, but just a little bit long. And you know, I love this short serve from Carlini, trying to switch up the momentum on the side of Atlanta, get in the middle where they're running their offense and cause some problems.
Second attack error for Grubbs. Hudson dug by Carlini, bumps at Medved. Thomas-Ailara off the soft block, lunging, diving play by Mackenzie Adams. Grubbs off speed. Carlini picked that up well. Here comes Chassé. Big swing off the block. LeGros there to cover things up. Thomas-Ailara, cross court, deep corner, gets it done. 17-16 Madison.
Thomas Ayala has been playing on the outside position, which is on the left side of the court, and with Gong out tonight, moved her over to the opposite, but a position that she is very comfortable playing on that side.
Played there all last year. Ilasheva dug by Carlini, back set Medved. Lots of options here on the free ball. Ilasheva, second opportunity that rally, got it done. Side out Atlanta, we're even at 17, first set. Now Ilasheva will serve. Best of 5 sets, first 4 sets to 25. You of course have to win by 2. Fifth set, if necessary, to 15. Chaussee from the right side. Pancake effort by Ilasheva getting down deep, but it's a kill.
Hey, I like the effort from Ilasheva there. The middle blocker throwing out there for a pancake.
Yeah.
Usually you see the liberos doing that more, but love that defensive effort. And a lot of middle blockers say, hey, I like playing defense too.
Sure, they know at this level that it's something they need to do. A Febu, and Medved couldn't dig that bullet. Back even at 18. Back and forth we go.
Calling that the no-looky cookie, coming in one way.
Uh-huh.
Febu looking, and she just takes it cross-body. Very talented hitter.
Ania Febu, second-year pro from Cerritos, California. Good pass by Chaussee, off speed by Hawk. Peanut Panoy, the bump set. Swing by Grubbs. Hawk did her best. Or rather, Carlini did her best, but nothing doing. 19-18 Atlanta.
Grubbs is so high on her attack for Atlanta that she gets on top of the ball so well that it's just going straight down. Madison on defense not quite getting under it enough to lift it up.
Rachel Fairbanks, the setter, sends it away. Thomas Aylara, high in the air. Gets a side out for Madison, back even at 19. Marina Hayden comes in to serve.
Serve, receive, and defense. Having that veteran leadership, you know, it's a lot when you're passing to communicate, have familiarity. So missing that piece has been, you know, something they're trying to work out for Madison. Nice to see her there on the bench, and everyone was bringing her a chair, getting her all comfortable as we saw during the warm-ups, getting ready for the match.
Now, can Atlanta get Marina Hayden off the service line?
Well,
it's an ace, not yet. 21-19 Madison. What a weapon she is. 3 times running in college at UNLV. She led all of NCAA in service aces per set. You can see why.
What a spark to add for Madison at this time, as they've been going back and forth with Atlanta to get this momentum from the line.
That time in system, just the second time all year in 21 serves that an opponent has been in system, kept alive. Free ball though for Fairbanks. Atlanta needs it, and a Febu puts it away.
Didn't turn out for Madison, but what an effort from Marina Hayden in the back row, flying practically into the scoreboard to keep that alive. And Ofebu in the middle. When they have a good pass, look for them to get those middles the ball, because they are terminal.
Hayden out. Of course, you know she wants to be starting it outside, but she's taken her opportunities and capitalizing on them as a serving specialist. Off the block and out of bounds. 22-20 Madison.
And Rich, to your point, you know, everyone here is good enough to be starting somewhere. But if you're not, and you get that chance to step on the court, make the best of it, because you never know how things shift or change, or when your team needs a momentum shift, you get in there and make a difference.
Challenge issued by Atlanta. Paulo Coco, second-year head coach. And looking to see if that ball hit Thomas Aylara on its way back.
That right shoulder.
It did. You could see the ball change spin. Watch the ball change spin.
Coach is happy, celebrating 1 for 1 on the challenges, or?
Good work to notice that. We're even at 21.
Crucial timing for that one to get that shift and point to your side.
Such a difference. Eva Hudson serve. Pass on the dive from Chassé. And Schwarzenbach with a kill. One-on-one at the net.
And past 20 points, so we call this the red zone. Playing to 25. Last match, Lauren Carlini mentioned that her team, Madison, really struggled once they hit 20 of keeping those unforced errors down, not able to close out the sets. Can they do better today in this match?
Argentina Ung, backup setter, in as a serving specialist here. Mac Adams tools the block. Even at 22, side out Atlanta. Play to 25, you have to win by 2. Beatrice Negretti, libero from Italy, in as a serving specialist. Carlini on the back set, Schwarzenbach on the slide, dug by Negretti. High in the air goes Grubbs, off the block and out of bounds. Atlanta by 1. Tessa Grubbs, 5 kills to go along with the block. Timeout taken by Madison. Interesting, Beatrice Negretti, libero by trade. Not in the libero jersey here, and of course at this level and internationally, liberos don't serve, but Negretti, basically a defensive specialist in this match, and she's in serving.
Hey, she's got some experience. She's been playing pro for 10 years in Italy. And, you know, sometimes you need that confidence, leadership to come in from the line, a strategic serve to set them up for defensive play. Take a look at that. Grubbs going up angle, thumb down, tooling the block out of bounds. Really need to keep that left hand, if you're the blocker for Madison, strong and into the court so that they can't take advantage of you.
It's an art, isn't it?
It is, because when you're a hitter, you just want to go up and crank the ball straight down, but you quickly learn that you're going to get blocked every time, and you've got to figure out other ways to score at this level.
And in fact, 6 kills now for Grubbs to go along with the block. Negretti serve. Thomas Ailara high in the air, easy dig for Fairbanks. Negretti with the overhand set, swing by Grubbs, she got dug. On a hawk off speed, Negretti again. Teeing up Grubbs again.
In opponent in system.
Tessa Grubbs very much a red light type of player. When the red light's on, she is excellent. She talks about how terrible she is in practice.
You know, some people aren't good practice players. You know, they can do it. And she said, I told coach, we had to talk. We had to talk about this, because he's like, what's happening? But you do it in the game. And she's like, I know. I'm sorry. At practice, I don't know what I'm doing, but game time, I promise you, I can get the kills.
One of a number of fantastic opposites in this league. And we'll see what Madison and Lauren Carlini have in store for the second set. Atlanta closed the first set on a 6-1 run. There comes Grubbs, off speed. Maybe Thomas Ailara. Nice dig. Over dig by Adams on a bullet from Chassé. And there's Legros rejected by Afebu.
Afebu, excellent eye work as a middle. That position is so tough, because there are so many options to set from the setter. You've got to keep an eye on the setter and their placement, and then the hitters and where they're going, and make that quick decision.
One good young middle blocker rejecting another right there. And there's Yehelasheva.
Yehelasheva ready at the net, ready for that overpass tight, strong hands up and over, pressing that one down. And Madison kind of looking at each other. Someone has to go for that ball.
Magdalena Yehelasheva played for her native Czechia at the Worlds in Thailand last summer. Chassé's pass is on the money. Thomas Ailara from the left side gets blocked again. 3-0 Atlanta.
Atlanta's middles doing an excellent job making those decisions, fronting the middles, but also then getting out there to close the block with their pin hitters on the outsides.
And Atlanta is 5th in the league in blocks per set. Madison leads the league in blocks per set, but it's Atlanta that is out blocking Madison 6-1.
Well, head coach of Atlanta, Paulo Coco, said this team plays best with more freedom and more confidence. And it seems like so far from what we've seen, they have a good energy on the court, putting the ball away, didn't take the pedal off the gas in that first set and just kept rolling.
Argentina Ung in its setter and out of system, but she still tees up Chassé for the kill in the side outs. Argentina Ung, setter for Team Mexico from Sonora, Mexico. Played at both Washington State and Arizona State. Error for Chassé. 4-1 Atlanta. Atlanta, for their part, had 5 service errors in the first set. All early, the second half of that set, they didn't have any. The great Tessa Grubbs will serve. Almost an overpass. LeGros sending it over with net violation. Now we had a double hit.
So double hit, that rule in the second ball, first ball, you can have a double contact, but the third touch over the net, it cannot be moving around, and so that's why they called that double.
As if it goes over the net, it can't be spinning
Exactly.
like that. Right.
Knuckleball, if you will.
Yep. Anna Hawk off the stop block. Anna Hawk with a kill.
And a smart shot from Hawk. Rachel Fairbanks of Atlanta's setter blocking. Of course, she's going to go after her and try to take advantage of a smaller block. Yeah, you can see that ball on the third contact spinning.
Too strong service error for LeGros. I believe her second of the match.
Coach Furbinger of Madison said LeGros' serve is one that they would really like to get a lot of points out of. She has a very powerful, high contact and dangerous serve when it's on.
Yep, keeps the opponents out of system a lot. Among the league leaders in that category. Thomas Lara, dug by Adams, the joust. Thomas Lara, hard angle attack that time, cross body, side out Madison. She'll go back and serve.
Atlanta's setter Fairbanks a little bit too behind on the block. Aylara sees it and he just slices it.
Thomas Aylara, great student when she was in college. And Eva Hudson, a little wrist away. Hard angle attack, side out Atlanta.
How about Eva Hudson? What a spectacular collegiate career. Coming in as a rookie this year and already on the court as a starter for Love Atlanta.
Service error Atlanta, yeah. Hudson, NCAA title match against Texas A&M for Kentucky. In the semi, she had 29 kills in a win over Wisconsin at 4:55 in a 5-set match. Febu, Thomas Aylara, and Medved, good work to keep it alive. Back row attack by Grubbs. Hawk ate that one, and Grubbs with leg at BYU Smith Fieldhouse. 3 Salt Lakes players getting a chance to go home. And tonight, Austin at Houston. And the Texas Showdown, next 2 will be on Victory Plus. Key Michael and Alan Obrador with a call of that middle match. And then Nicole and I will have the call of the nightcap. Atlanta has dropped 4 straight. Madison has lost 5 straight. Winner of this one trying to keep pace with the top 4 in the league. Top 4 make the playoffs come April. The loser will drop a little bit more ground. Not quite halfway through this season, still plenty of time. Rachel Fairbanks, the second-year pro. Second service error this set for Atlanta. But they're serving tough. Those service errors, tough serves come with some risk, but the risk is largely paying off. Negrati in the background dancing.
Getting the groove going.
And now Schwarzenbach. Out of system here, bump set by Pinoy. Hudson trying to better the ball. Blocked by LeGros.
LeGros of Madison, she knew that was going to the outside because the pass was not in system, meaning that the setter wasn't the one setting it. Lifts it up high out of system and a perfect setup on the block.
9-6 Atlanta. There's a good pass by Adams. Hudson got dug by Thomas Lara. Marina Hayden dug by Pinoy. Grubbs high in the air, puts it away again.
What a dig by Atlanta's libero Pinoy. Look at this, just flying in front of Adams. She says, I think I'll handle this one for you. And Fairbanks just slinging that one all the way across the court behind Grubbs. That's not easy to do.
Pinoy, libero for Team Thailand. There, out of the back row is Hudson. Got dug. Off speed by Huck. Finding a hole in the floor.
Smart shot by Hawk. It looks like Atlanta knew that one was coming and kind of looked at each other like, who's going to get it? Those are the ones you've got to be aggressive and keep that ball alive.
A Hawk local product of sorts. Went to college at Marquette in Milwaukee, about 80 miles away. After the service error, it's 11-7 Atlanta.
Something Hawk told us on the call this week, that she's been working on her creativity with.
A sun-splashed cold morning in Madison, and yeoman's work by our tech manager, Tom Dorner, on his way to Alliant Energy Center this morning. Got out of his car, walked out on the ice at Lake Wingra, and they were ice fishing out there. And watch this, a pike. Don't let it slip back in the hole. I understand they caught it on a hot dog.
Hey, you know what? You're in Wisconsin. I'm kind of surprised they didn't use a brock. But, you know, hey, hot dogs work just the same. I always wanted to go try ice fishing during my collegiate career at Minnesota, but never happened. But it looks kind of fun. A little chilly, but looks like kind of a fun way to hang out with friends and catch a little dinner.
What about in little huts where you go overnight?
They have those
little
huts,
warming hut, sitting there with a hole down below you. Madison out of system. Joust covered up by Fairbanks. They wanted more on that pass from Grubbs. And Mackenzie Adams going high hands. 13-8 Atlanta.
That pass for Atlanta tight. And one thing about setters is they know how to joust the ball, which means when it's tight, they are going up. And the second contact is usually the one that wins it. Strong push by Fairbanks sets up that kill for Adams.
Yep, setters usually win those with their strong hands. Service error. 13-9. Nicola Gross serves. Hudson's pass on the money. On the slide, Yelasheva.
A nice, quick little slide behind the pass, a little bit more towards that pin. But Yelasheva has no problem attacking the seam in this block, which means right in between both of those Madison players. 5
kills and 2 blocks, and now Mackenzie Adams serve with her team in control here in the second set. Dandy pass by Hayden. Thomas Lara, pancake effort, unsuccessful. TTA now with 7 kills, go along with 7 digs, and she will serve. Good work. Second contact. Rachel Fairbanks.
Hey, you know, Fairbanks does a nice job not only setting her hitters, but she can attack the ball as well, has confidence in that, and a lot of success.
Averages about 3 kills every 4 sets. Number 1 kills per set among setters in the league. 15-11 now after the service error. Pass by Adams, Ofebu, dug by Medved, Overdeg, Ofebu going high hands and got him. Honey, Ofebu.
Little fadeaway kill on that one, but she gets the very top of the block, high hands. Swing on that. Like I said earlier, it's been very fun to see Ofebu's growth as she's entered into League One.
Overpass. Ofebu dug by Marina Hayden. Bump set by Pinoy. Here comes Grubbs. Back in the face of Fairbanks. Hudson, dug by Hawk. Going to Hayden, off the block and out of bounds. Marina Hayden getting a chance in the front row. So Hayden in there for Chassé.
Doing that, attacking the middle blockers, right hand not pressed over, so that ball, Hayden on top of it, getting a nice tool for her team. Hayden didn't play last match, but got 7 kills in their recent Nebraska match, end of January.
Service there, and again, she's in there in place of Chassé. Chassé in there in place of Timmy Thomas-Lara, who moved from left to right because Gong is out at opposite.
And trying to figure out those pieces, what players are going to be where, who's going to give us what we're looking for.
And there's Gong Xiaoyu, 3-time Olympian, gold medalist a decade ago for Team China in Rio. Captain of the Chinese national team. They hope to have her back for their next match next Sunday at the Love Classic in KC. And LeGros wins that joust with a Feibu. Madison needed it, 17-13.
They did, especially after that unforced error. LeGros taking that first contact over the net, but she makes up for it with some dominant net play.
Hung in its setter here with Carlini out. Rebecca Alec checks into the match for the first time. Thursday, 3 kills at 222, couple of blocks. Grubbs wrist away and gets it done. Out of touch at the net. 18-13 Atlanta.
Well, we've seen some major angle action from Grubbs, but that was a beautiful line swing.
Got to keep them guessing, right?
You do. You got cat and mouse, right? Mixing the block up. Where do you want to channel that ball to the defense to dig it? But Grubbs is onto them, that's for sure. They haven't been able to slow her down.
Tia Jimerson in to serve. They've been a starting middle blocker, but Feibu has won the job for now. High in the air went Thomas-Lara and goes long. 19-13 Atlanta, running away with his second set. Looking to go up 2-0. Jimerson, the Atlanta native, Sugar Hill, Georgia. About 35 miles northeast of downtown Atlanta. Hawks pass on the money. Wrist away by Hayden. Dug by Jimerson. Thomas-Lara. Blocked by Yelasheva. Good coverage. Alec. Dug by Jimerson again. How about the defensive work by the middle blocker? Off speed by Mac Adams. Full credit, number 14, Tia Jimerson.
Absolutely. What awesome digs from Jimerson there in the left back position. And Adams came in a little bit early on that swing, and she felt it. So what did she do? She made the smart decision to keep it going with a short touch over the block, and it paid off.
Now Jimerson will serve again. On with the bump set. Marina Hayden off the soft block. Thomas-Lara. Going cross court. Madison needed it, and they need a lot more, down by 6.
Well, when they need a big kill, they're going right to Timmy Thomas-Lara because she is delivering. She is owning that angle. We've seen sharper and sharp from her so far this matchup today.
Now what Madison needs is for Hayden to go on a run at the service line, as she is fully capable of doing. Got him out of system. Get out of jail free card is Tessa Grubbs. When in doubt, went out of system, go to her. Good back set by Fairbanks.
Hey, I don't care how she practices Grubbs. As long as she plays like that, if I'm a coach, I'm happy.
Rather have it be that way than the other way around.
Well, one thing she mentioned in an interview is that she's working on this year is creating game-like mentality in practice. Because it's hard, you know, to get game-like situations when you're practicing, but really working hard on that this season.
Andrea Mitrovic, well off the net, finds a way to get it done. Side out Madison.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. Got Yelasheva in the face on that block. Does not feel good.
Why doesn't that happen more often?
Well, when you keep your hands in front in the right position, that ball shouldn't be coming through. But sometimes you're making those moves and those hands are not getting sealed at the right time. I mean, these are powerful swings coming through. I'm just thankful I'm wearing the headset instead of out there on the court these days.
Hayden out of the back row. Diving play by Negrati. There's Grubbs. Pinball machine between Ung and Thomasai Lara. Options for Fairbanks. Goes for the dump. Leads the league in that category. High hands. Didn't get him. They claiming there was a touch. Alex saying, yeah, we got it. Thomasai Lara saying, yeah, we got it. See if the challenge is coming here for Matt Verbringer.
It did look like the ball went a little bit down and then up.
Yep, that hit the fingers.
You can see those fingers moving on the right hand of number 15.
As Kevin Wong says, you want to hit the leaves, not the branches.
That's right. And a good idea to trim the nails before every match.
Yeah, yeah. 21-16. Good pass by Negrati, and Adams puts it away. Mackenzie Adams, I loved on Wednesday, Shelby Coppage and Courtney Thompson had asked Mackenzie Adams to compare herself here on Super Bowl week to any NFL quarterback, and she said, definitely Brock Purdy.
Hey, I'm a Niners fan, so I'll take that answer all day. And I did throw the football with her last year at one of the matches because she warms up with some football throws. And we got corner to corner covering the entire arena there. So.
Yep. Purdy, the last pick in the 22 draft, went on to be a Super Bowl quarterback. And Adams says, you know, she's an underdog. Matter of fact, between the second and third sets, we will meet Mackenzie, and she'll talk a little bit about her underdog status.
Well, she had an incredible season last year, and then getting some looks from the USA team training there. So
yes.
I think having this league is opening some eyes to other players that we might not have seen before that are overseas. So it's been an incredible time for that.
Yes, it has. Yehlasheva with a kill on the slide. Magdalena now with 6 kills to go along with a couple of blocks, sitting above 500. Also 2 digs. Good pass by Medved. Mitrovic gets it done. Side out Madison.
I really love our team. I think we got a lot of good personalities and a lot of good people that always want the best, not only for you as a player, but like for you as a person. That's super special. That's hard to find. We have a lot of potential. I think once we get our groove back, we'll be coming out with a trophy, hopefully.
And this is a team very capable of getting their groove back.
Well, last year, Mackenzie Adams was the Love Best Outside Hitter for 2025. She is a fabulous player to watch, very athletic, and you know, sometimes having that little chip on your shoulder really helps you get the job done. And now playing here domestically, getting some notice from Team USA, and like I mentioned earlier, when you're playing overseas, you know, sometimes people aren't seeing what you're doing there or how you're playing, but really has come in hot to this league and been fun to see her grow over the last season.
Played at UTSA, Texas San Antonio, and then after her senior volleyball season, she joined the basketball team. 1 year at college hoops, averaged 6 points and 6 rebounds a game. A great athlete indeed. Mitrovic getting the start here in the third set, and Madison gets the first point. Rebecca Alec will serve. Now, Alec, it's interesting, they didn't need her to serve at Nebraska, but she's been statistically a really strong server here in the league so far.
Not only serving, but Coach Verbringer said she can also dig a ball. So that's, like we mentioned, having the middles after they serve, playing defense in the back row, giving those opportunities on defense to score.
Eva Hudson, after the kill on the sharp angle attack, had the serve. Off speed by Mitrovic. Dug by Fairbanks. Bumps at Pinoy. Swing by Grubbs. And Madison unable to keep that one alive.
I think that one could have gone over the net if Timmy Thomas Ilara maybe didn't throw her arm out there. It looked like Schwarzenbach was ready to bump it over.
Yes. Carlini back set. Thomas Ilara, a bullet.
Hey,
even a 2.
She's got the hot hand. You got to keep the ball in her hand. And now she's going to be going to the back row. So keep an eye because they have been using her from the back as well. And that one, beautiful swing right in between the block in that seam.
Now she'll serve, and we'll see if she'll attack out of the back row. Overpass. Schwarzenbach puts it down.
Aggressive serve from the line, a beautiful toss. And when you're jump serving, that is a key, to have a nice, consistent toss, 1-2 punch, step close, and a high swing. You're not trying to go straight down like an attack from the front row, a little bit higher contact point and aim for that back service line.
Bottom dropped out of that one. Adams, and too strong. Goes back to a good serve by Thomasai Lara. Temi Thomasai Lara has a biomedical engineering degree from Northwestern. That is a smart young woman right there. Graduate degree in applied biotech from Wisconsin. And after volleyball, wants to get into the clinical side. She said maybe nursing or PA school. And it's an ace.
What a serve. The first two we saw, probably 90 to 100% power going through. And this third one, Atlanta back on their toes a little, waiting for the heater to come. And beautiful. Takes them off of it, drops it short.
Just the medicine Madison needs. Down 2-0. High toss again. Big swing. Good pass by Pinoy. Adams off the block. Hudson chased it down. Fairbanks teeing up Grubbs off speed. Gets it done and gets Thomas Ilar off the service line. 5-3. Side out Atlanta.
Madison getting two blockers out there on Grubbs because they know she's been doing some damage. But that one kind of reached, didn't let the ball come low to pass that one, so it got caught up in their hands.
Schwarzenbach on the slide. Fairbanks couldn't dig it. Side out Madison. 6-3, the hometown team here in the third.
Schwarzenbach, beautiful on the slide. Look at this one, high reach, blasting it on the inside hand into the angle. Coming off kind of not her best match against Salt Lake with 3 kills, 2 blocks, season high 17 points versus Nebraska earlier this season.
Yelasheva high in the air after a good pass by Adams. Side out Atlanta, 6-4. I was watching the match on Wednesday, the match of the week on USA Network between Austin and Atlanta. Listening to Shelby and Courtney. And as an impartial viewer, I'm finding myself, Nicole, it's the 4th set. And I'm pulling for Atlanta because I wanted it to go 5.
Yeah, hey,
I'm like,
you got
more
your
volleyball
wish.
is a good thing, right?
And it came down to the wire. 15-13 in the 5th. Austin came out with a victory, but nice to see, as Austin has been a hot team, very physical, that Atlanta pushed them to the edge.
Yep. Yeah, they played a very nice match, Atlanta did. Grubbs out of the back row. I mean, she flies high.
She really does, and her arm is extended high. It's almost like it's not even bent at the elbow. Coming in such a high swing and just gets on top of that ball. Very high contact point.
Tessa Grubbs' 1st through 4th grades were in Belgium while her dad managed a nuclear power plant for Westinghouse. Yehilasheva. 7-6 Madison.
And that's the close we're talking about with the middle blockers, making that decision, the eye work, where that set's going to go. Getting over there to get 4 hands in front.
Tough serve by Adams. Good pass by Hawk. Hawk takes the swing and gets the kill. She tools the block after a very nice pass.
And what a nice push from Carlini, the setter for Madison, right there, number 7 on the screen. Very strong hands, pushing that one out with some tempo to Hawk on the outside pin.
And now Carlini will serve. Carlini will be 31 years old tomorrow. A happy early birthday. On the slide, Yehilasheva. 8-7, side out Atlanta. There's Carlini, the birthday girl tomorrow. Thomasai Lara dug off the soft block by Adams. Cross body by Hudson and goes long.
Just a little long, but I like that shot. Came into the angle. Ava Hudson just misses it long. I know a young player here, rookie with love, but this is
Milan Energy Center in a moment. League One Volleyball is presented by Skims, the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of Love. Rich Burke and Nicole Browner, let's revisit our Chase scouting report.
Well, Atlanta, I said they need to serve aggressively. No aces on the board. They have been putting Madison in some tough positions, but 12 service errors. Right now, that's causing them a little bit of trouble here in set number 3. And for Madison, elite in defense, 31 digs, 70.5% dig percentage. I'd say they're getting some opportunities. They're not always putting it away, but they are getting the chances to do some damage. Right now, they've got the momentum on their side, and a big part of it is they're doing some nice defense at the net and digging the ball and putting it away.
Both teams passing at 51%. League average 48.8 this year. Grubbs blocked by Alec. 13-7 Madison.
And hey, for Madison, we've seen some different faces throughout this whole match tonight. And right now, again, as we mentioned, finding that combination. And right now for Madison, these players on the floor are getting the job done.
Alec and Mitrovic have brought a spark. Fairbanks going to Afebu on the slide, who tools the block. Atlanta gets the side out. They're down by 5.
Madison's middle, Alec a little late on that read, but again, it's tough because you got a lot of players to cover. Afebu attacking the middle of the block, the seam, and scoring big.
Carlini, and missed timing between her and Mitrovic, and look out, Grubbs. Mitrovic might have got under the net. And this is horrifying for Atlanta fans and Tessa Grubbs. It's one of the big dangers in volleyball, coming under the net like this.
I just hate to see these kinds of things.
Tessa Grubbs, one of the best players in the league. And indeed, it was contact with a foot underneath the net.
Tight set going at both players and coming down, landing.
So 13-9 Madison. But far more important than that is the status of Tessa Grubbs. And hold that left knee in the air. Atlanta already without Kelsey Cook, who is expecting her first child. League One MVP last year. And Tessa Grubbs, among the best players in the league here in 2026. And we certainly hope that the result of this is better than it looks right now. Avani Montano in the match for Atlanta. Had a strong 5th set. Couple of kills and a block against Austin in that 5th set on Wednesday. So Atlanta having to collect themselves, and Hudson goes over the top. 13-10.
Nice decision there by Hudson. Set inside a little bit, another out of system set. You know, outside pin hitters get a lot of the, as they say, the trash, taking out the garbage, dealing with it. Did a nice job there.
They get a lot of junk sets. That's why outside hitters' hitting percentages aren't as high as middle blockers or opposites. Good work by Medved to keep it alive. Afebu, another opportunity Dug by Medved off the soft block, and Mitrovic covered up nicely by Afebu. The middle blocker getting down low. Hudson going high hands. Hudson getting a kill. 3 consecutive points for Atlanta. 2 after Grubbs left with an injury. They're back within 2.
Trying to scramble and keeps this one alive, giving a free ball over for Atlanta. And again, some adversity now with Grubbs down, and we wish her well. How will Atlanta respond? Well, we've just seen they come together, they stick together, making a difference here and getting them back in this set.
We're talking about the importance of passing, and Volleyball 101, for people unfamiliar, the pass is the first contact after the serve. There's only 1 pass per rally. Each pass is rated a 0 to a 4. A 3 is good. The setter basically has 3 options. A 4 is perfect. The setter has 4 options, including herself if she's in the front row. And when serving, you want to keep the other team out of system. Make that pass a 0, which would be an ace, or a 1 or a 2. When receiving serve, stay in system, or as coaches will tell you, win the serve and pass battle.
I know, coaches always say, no, this is a boring answer, but this is the truth. You've got to be able to pass the ball well so you can run the middle blockers, since they run such a fast, quick tempo offense as well.
That would be a 1 pass right there for Madison. Montano high in the air from her knees. Medved. Fairbanks to Afebu. And that's 4 in a row for Atlanta. Looking for a sweep. They're back within 1. Oni Afebu.
And one thing Oni Afebu does so well is she makes herself available. Middles are not always getting the most sets, but they are working their tails off, getting off the net, getting in position and ready for that set to come. Doing the hard work.
You got to hand it to Love Atlanta. After the injury to Grubbs, they've kept the pressure on. Mitrovic, dug by Adams. Panoy coming over, keeps it alive. Adams going high in the air. It is right at the net. Montano. Good coverage by Alec. It's Mitrovic, blocked by Afebu.
And I don't know what would have happened there, but I kind of think, Rich, that free ball might not have gone over if Madison hadn't reached over and gets that touch. So that is an unforced error there, because it could have been their point, and instead Atlanta comes up with a huge block with that other opportunity.
Yep, I don't think it was going to make it. 5 points in a row for Atlanta to even it back up. Carlini going to Tomasai Lara, who gets the side out for Madison, and they're back in front 14-13. 1 point they led 13-8.
10 kills on the night for Thomas Ayala so far, on the afternoon.
Hitting .250. Montano dug by Alec. Carlini, Thomas Ayala again. Off the block and out of bounds. 15-13 Madison. They get a couple of back. 11 kills now for TTA.
She's like, set me again. I can handle this. Let's go.
Alex serve has him out of system. It's Montano who betters the ball anyway. Avani Montano, who put a lot of heat on that one. Native of Colombia. 13th year pro, 30 years old. Longtime member of the Colombian national team. Played pro in Italy, France, Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey, South Korea, now the U.S. Off speed by Thomas Ayala. Read well.
Hey, she's showing us what she's got. She's bringing the heat, and she's also making a smart decision when she knows she's got 2 blockers in front of her to put that soft touch right behind it. No one from Atlanta diving to get that one up.
Now she'll serve, 4th in the league in service aces per set. Averages about a service ace every 3 sets. Good pass by Pinoy, and Adams responds with a kill.
Adams hitting a faster tempo set out to the pin a little quicker than we've seen. Some athletes like it high and lifted up a little bit more so they can get up and swing on it. Adams, a faster one, and it's quick. It's very hard to get 2 blockers out there. So Rachel Fairbanks, the setter for Atlanta, is getting that tempo out, beating the block, giving Adams a one-on-one.
Carlini went for the dump. Adams trying to keep it alive, couldn't do it. Well, Carlini had 5 kills in 1 match a couple of matches ago. Hasn't been a big weapon for her this year. That's her 14th kill this season. And Marina Hayden at the service line. Looking to put Madison back in full control of this third set. Good pass by Hudson, and Yehelasheva gets the kill, gets him back within one, and most importantly, gets Marina Hayden and her dangerous serve out of the mix.
That's the key, right? Get the powerful servers off the line as quickly as possible so they can't do any more damage.
Montano, speaking of powerful serves. Schwarzenbach on the slide. Montano with the dig. Fairbanks went for it, second contact. Hawk off the soft block. Fairbanks, lots of options, and she dumps it. Rachel Fairbanks, we're even at 17.
She tricked us. I mean, that was what a disguise, going up with a setter, strong jump set, and she's just like, you know, we got to get in the lead here. I can handle this. You can see Madison's middle. Callie Schwarzenbach a little bit late on that jump.
Service error for Montano. Rachel Fairbanks, second-year pro out of Pitt. Last year got a call after setter Marta Beckes was injured 5 days before their first match. It took Fairbanks 14 minutes to call back and say yes. She came into Atlanta and stole the job.
She did, absolutely. What a elite player in college at the end of her career, dealing with a little bit of injury. So I was surprised to see her out there. I'm like, wow, she's got some mental toughness.
Yes, she does. Fairbanks, off-speed Adams. Dumped by Fairbanks again.
You know, you get 3 contacts, but if you don't need it and you can score right away, no one's in front of you, just put the ball down.
18-18. Smart player. Mackenzie Adams to serve for Love Atlanta. Remember, Atlanta was down 13-8 in this set when Tessa Grubbs went down with an injury. Bottom drops out of that. It's an ace for Mac Adams.
This is the time you've got to be aggressive in serve receive. You have to call that ball early. You can see number 5 for Madison, Rebecca Alec, is moving in during this serve, causing a little bit of disruption there. Look for Adams to go back to the same area.
And she does. Look at that. Backline again, consecutive aces for Adams. It was the first 2 aces for Atlanta in this entire match, and they get to the red zone first. She had 3 service aces in their 5-set loss at Austin on Wednesday. There's a challenge here. That ball was in, right? Yes.
Looks like it. Even with blocking of the shoe, still looks like that ball lands plenty inbounds. And I love this deep serve, trying to push Madison's serve receive even deeper back to the line. Will she go back to the deep, or do you think she'll drop it in a little bit short? We will see.
Take a little bit off the fastball, go with the changeup. We'll see.
They've got 4 passers here for Madison trying to handle this topspin.
Eric Sullivan, U.S. head coach and Austin coach, says, remember, there are horizontal seams as well as vertical ones. Dug by Adams. Set by Yehelasheva, off speed from Hudson. Dug by TTA. Off speed from Hawk. Pancake by Montano, getting down low. Bump set by Medved. Swing for Hawk off the soft block. Big kill. Madison needed it. Anna Hawk, the veteran.
And look for Madison right now to take advantage of the outside hitter. Hawk up against Atlanta's setter, Rachel Fairbanks. A good blocker, but not as tall as maybe the opposites that they have out on the court. Can really take advantage of that line.
Hudson. Dug by Hayden. Hawk again. Ponoy gets it over the net somehow. TTA blocked, covered up by Mo Hayden. There's TTA again. Wrist away. Goes wide. Good defensive work by Atlanta. They lead by 2.
Last time I checked, this is our house. This is our team. Madison, where you at? Let me hear you.
Can Madison get the side out they need right here?
Well, this is the time right now, the end of the matches that Lauren Carlini, the Madison setter, mentioned they had to clean up. Too many unforced errors at the end of the sets when they're in the zone.
LMA Powell, the backup setter, and as a serving specialist. Ofebu, block effort. Again, third time's a charm. Ani Ofebu, 22-19 Atlanta. There's LMA Powell, Fayetteville, Arkansas native, played at Washington for Keegan Cook, now the head coach of Minnesota. Hayden's pass on the dime. Alec with a big swing, and net violation against Atlanta. 22-20. Anna Hawk will serve for Madison. Hawk had a couple of service aces on Thursday in their loss to Salt Lake. Powell comes out. Hawk targeting that back line, goes long, 23-20 Atlanta. That was huge.
And
Fairbanks palming that volleyball.
You want to keep the pressure on. Just because you got 2 points to go, you still have to keep Madison in some trouble.
1 point at a time, right? They got him in trouble, got him out of system here. Mitrovic trying to better the ball, back in her face, covered up by Alec. Alec missed timing, covers it up again. Carlini teeing up Mitrovic, off the hands. Mitrovic with a huge kill for Madison. A step in the right direction.
Nice patience from Mitrovic on the outside, waiting for that one again. Blockers leaning that way, getting two in front of her. Chiseling those high hands.
23-21, Argentina Ung. The backup setter in to serve and play some defense here. Short serve, diving play by Hudson. Montano over the top. Ung was there. There's Mitrovic, dug by Pinoy. Fairbanks. Teeing up Montano, going for the high hands. Did not get him. Madison back within one. Montano in there at opposite because of the injury to Tessa Grubbs earlier in this set.
Well,
Counted opposite in her own right.
Yeah, Montano doing a good time. When she's getting in, she is making a difference here. Take a look. Do we see any fingers wiggling?
I do not. You?
Nope. Looks like it's right above.
Didn't look like anybody was into the net either.
Seemed like she got the ball a little bit high.
Good time for Paolo Coco to issue the challenge. That is really close.
Very tough. If anything, the left hand middle finger wiggling a little bit.
Wow, that's so close. Still checking it out. Paolo Coco looking at the video board, saying it looked like there was a touch. The call on the court was no touch. And the point stays with Madison. I guess not enough evidence. 23-22.
And you have to challenge that one. You're late in the game.
Yep.
Want to get the momentum shifted back to your side, even though Madison's got some good points going on right now.
Degrati can't believe it. Neither can Yehelasheva. Timeout taken. Or did he take a timeout? I thought he was signaling
Looked
for
like
one.
he
No.
was doing the signal, but he's doing the touch of the.
Yeah,
but
and he did take
doubles
one.
as a timeout. Coaches get one timeout this season. We have the 12-point timeout and then only one instead of the two that we've had previously.
One timeout per set. Another look at it here. Yeah, that looks a lot further away than the other camera view. But the call goes Madison's way, and they're back within one. All right, you're without Tessa Grubbs, hopefully, and hopefully that injury is not as bad as it looked.
That's what we hope. Yes.
And the team has really collected themselves. After that injury, they were down 13-8, and now they're 2 points away from a sweep. Well,
they've got to nail the pass right here so they can run all the options. Oniafebu in the front. If they get a good pass, I say she is doing a nice job putting it away. Get it in her hands.
Ong serves again for Madison. Out of system here. Montano, free ball coming for Madison. Carlini surveys her options. Goes to Mitrovic. Speared by Pinoy. Swing by Hudson. Got dug by Carlini. Ung with a bump set. Tipped over by TTA. Fairbanks going to Hudson again. Hudson with a kill that gets him to, oh, did it go long? I thought that ball was in.
That looked in as well. I agree with you on that one. Take a look.
They have a challenge left.
Hard to tell from that end of court angle.
Real time it looked in.
It did.
Look and see if there's a touch here as well.
Doesn't look like hits any of the fingers there of Timmy Thomas Ilara, number 12 in blue.
Challenge unsuccessful. And here I thought the ball was in. All right. Atlanta out of challenges, even at 23. Consecutive points for Madison. Montano with a bullet. And now they're at match point.
Montano, she has quietly been emerging as a difference maker for this team when she gets on the court. Last match versus Austin, only 3 kills, but the previous 2 matches, 9-point back-to-back matches.
That snapped a 3-0 run for Love Madison. Beatrice Negrete, libero by trade, not wearing the libero jersey in this one, so allowed to serve. She will come in as a serving specialist and try to get Atlanta across the finish line in a sweep. Madison hanging by a thread here, in danger of losing their 6th straight. Atlanta, for their part, has dropped 4 straight.
Conceal.
Coco with some instructions to Negrete.
Yep, a little scheming there, given the last tips. They want to get this one over with, that's for sure, because Madison is starting to figure it out, playing better as this match has gone on.
Win it while they can. We'll see who Negrete targets. Medved, Hawk, Mitrovic in serve receive. Beatrice Negrete, native of Italy, 11th year pro, will try to get Atlanta across the finish line. Here she comes. Pass tied to the net, sent over by Schwarzenbach. A chance for Atlanta. Montano got dug by Hawk. What a veteran dig. Mitrovic keeps him alive. We're even at 24.